Welcome to Season 2 of Relatable Catholic. We're back with new conversations, familiar faces, and the same heart for making the Catholic faith approachable, honest, and lived out in everyday life. Whether you've been here since day one or you're just finding us, we're so glad you're here. Welcome back. Hello, and welcome back to Relatable Catholic. I am so happy that I got 2 weeks somehow. I talked him into 2 weeks in a row of Father Andy.
Hey, everyone.
And Deacon Dad.
Hello, everyone.
Deacon Stan, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's great. Because Deacon Stan was here for the mission, so I thought, or his talk. So I thought, oh, maybe I can sneak him in one more week.
Yeah, no, it's great.
And it worked out, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just started cleaning out my closet, so I was happy when you said you were going to come over right now, so then I could stop cleaning out my closet.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I know, but it's got to be done.
Yeah.
It's one of those projects.
I know I have to do it too.
Yeah.
Very soon.
All
Yeah.
your clothes.
All your black, all your black clothes. Do you have a lot of clothes besides like?
I actually do have a lot of
Yeah, I
clothes
could
other-
actually see that about you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I've even bought a lot of stuff since I've been here.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of
And,
Marquette Defender swag.
Yeah. Yeah. So I gotta clean it all out, and some stuff I can't fit into. So it's like, what am I doing with this anymore?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that. Oh, you're keeping it for that rainy day, just in case.
So when you lose it, you'll have it. When
Yeah.
you lose the weight, you'll
Yeah.
have the clothes
Right.
that fit.
That's what I'm
I gave
thinking.
up on that a long time ago. I was like, I'll just buy something new. It's fine.
I know.
It's gonna be out of style.
Well, guys are different.
I know.
Their jeans never go out of style. They
Yeah. Well, they do. They just don't care.
we don't.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
That's a good point. Yeah.
You save it long enough, things come back into style too.
It's true.
So-
Yes, that is true. I wish I would have saved some of my clogs from my middle school days. Because those are back in.
They're back.
Yeah. Yeah. Has your Hallow been acting up lately? Your Hallow app?
You know, honestly, I've been not doing a lot of Hallow.
No, that's okay. So, you know, they do streaks on Hallow.
Yeah.
And I was at like 179. And I know I did it one Sunday. And then that Monday I went to do it and it was like, good job. Day one. I was like, no, my streak is gone. But I was like, you know what? I'm the type of person where like I think a team should have at least one loss because it takes the pressure off of an undefeated season. So I was like, you know what? That takes the pressure off. But then the next day it came back.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. I think it lasted for 3 days.
And then
And then all of a sudden I was back at 184 or something.
Huh.
Isn't that wild?
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been good about doing
Yeah.
that every day. So
They're doing a Sacred Heart series right now. That's pretty good.
is that cool?
Yep.
That's awesome. Yeah, I need to get back into it. There's a ton of good content, and I want to make another push before I go. But
Yeah. The Detachment series was so good.
was it?
It was really good. Yeah. Yeah. Day 9 was my favorite. I listened to it 4
Detachment?
times. Yeah.
From old clothes.
I need that
Well,
right
I'm
now.
sure that was kind of in there at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I listened to Detachment 4 times. Day 9, 4 times.
Really?
And then it was one that I just like really needed to hear. And then I was like, wait a second. Do I have it on that everybody can see when I'm praying? And I was like, maybe it'll only show as 1. Nope, it showed that I had listened to it 4 times. But then I saw that somebody else had listened to it 3 times. So I didn't feel so bad.
I mean, and who knows? Maybe you went back and listened to the last 10 seconds 4 times, and then it's.
No, I listened to the whole
Recorded.
thing 4 times.
But people don't know that.
Well, now they do. Day 9, I'm telling you, it's where it's at.
Okay.
I
right.
told people, like, honestly, just listen to Day 9.
Okay. Good to know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anything else new in the week that has been?
What'd you think of the talks?
Yeah, it was so good. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of people enjoyed it. It was well attended, which was exciting. Yeah, I think it was really, really fruitful for everyone. I will say I have heard most of it.
Yeah.
I was drawing football fields on the whiteboard at school last year, so I was pretty excited when that came up. But yeah, it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, so the first night was I would say talking about the history of going through the Bible covenants and then sacraments, and really talking about how we get to heaven and why we need the church to do that. Why it's helpful to us and the whole goal of our lives and trying to help us to live into that more. And then the second night was then focused more on like different aspects of relationships that we just don't take into consideration a lot. We're just kind of in them, and we just don't think about them deeply. And knowing some of those things can be really helpful. And the talks are all online, so that's
I'll link them both the videos.
awesome. Yeah, so
I really liked the covenant piece that like I never thought of, like here's the covenant, and then Jesus says like this is the last covenant. So like don't be waiting for another covenant. The Eucharist is the last one.
The eternal, new and eternal.
Yeah.
Like, okay, no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, people can go out and listen to those. And there's on the second night we had a packet of information, and I have a bunch of extra ones in the back of the church. So if people listened or they haven't listened yet but want to, might be helpful to pick up a packet so you can go in, but only turn the page when Deacon Dad says.
Yes. You know, like there's something about being tempted that I was like, I really want to turn the page. You said I shouldn't. But
Right.
like, what's going to happen if I do turn the page?
Detention.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get detention.
I did turn the page, honestly.
You couldn't help it, could you?
The second time I turned the page.
Yeah.
After the third
That's what teachers do.
Yeah.
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 They got to know,
Yeah.
because they got to know what's next.
Yeah.
And that's okay. But, I just didn't want people to be distracted by the whole
Right,
thing,
yeah.
trying to figure out what this means when we're talking about page 2. Don't
Yeah.
worry about page 3.
Yeah.
So, because really, if you don't hear the talk, these pages don't mean a lot.
Yeah.
I use these as tools for marriage enrichment, marriage coaching, marriage counseling. These are the tools that we use. And they're highly effective in saving marriages.
Yeah. I could see why.
So even if you don't have a real deep faith, if you have an understanding of God, the priorities help a lot. But you don't need any understanding of God to go into the communication segment and reap the reward, the benefit of the communication talk. Right? You don't need to believe in God for that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It really fleshes out introvert, extrovert, and personality types, and so.
Yeah.
And there's pretty good humor in it.
Yeah.
When you do the personality types, you always get a good chuckle out of the crowd. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did a great job presenting it, and it was good. I mean, you've presented that a lot to small groups. That was probably the biggest group you've presented to.
It is. That's correct.
It seemed to be pretty effective. I mean,
Yeah. I think it was. Yeah. As a large group, I think it was great. And I think, I really think a lot of people took good things away from it. And, it's definitely beneficial.
Yeah, if you take away a better understanding of why church, benefit, creation, covenants, just how hard God has tried to restore his relationship with sinful humans.
Yeah.
And like he just continues to, he's persistent, right?
Yeah.
He continues to pursue us on all our sin and, all our rejection of him. And yet he continues to pursue us. He gives us another path to reconcile,
Yeah. And I think I've said it too, like, God is not trying to trick us. Like, he gives us everything we need. It's not a trick. It's just like a matter of like doing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
it might be a mystery, but it's not a trick.
Right.
We might not fully understand it, but it's not inherently a trick.
Right, like the image I just had when you said that. This is being a mechanic. I like these, but this image just came to me when you said that. Like, you ever notice you get in your car and these newer cars, and when you put it in drive, the doors lock.
Yeah.
Those doors don't lock to trap you in. They lock for your safety, to keep anybody else from crawling in. Same things with the commandments. They're not there to oppress and suppress you. They're there to protect you from anything that's trying to get in to destroy you. And the sacraments come along to help you achieve the commandments. Mm-hmm. So if we say, well, I want to enter the kingdom of heaven, and then we make our own rules, that's not going to work very good. Like, I want to enter the kingdom of heaven, then I'm going to have to play by the creator of heaven, his rules. If I don't want to, that's fine. That's my free will. I can ignore it and live the life I want here, but don't plan to enter the kingdom of heaven without.
When we make our own rules or exceptions for ourselves, we make ourselves God.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where
The world lives.
Yeah, that's where most of the world lives, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. Or like pick and choose. Like, I think that's really hard too. Like, people think that they can just like pick and choose their Catholic faith. Like, well, I agree with this, but I don't agree with this. So
Like it's a menu.
yeah. Yeah. But I think like God doesn't want us to really understand everything either. Like, it's okay to question, and like some of the teachings are hard, and it's okay to question it. Right?
Yeah. He wants he wants us to trust him.
Yeah.
He wants us to question it, to consider all things. That's scriptural, is to examine all things. St. Paul said to judge all things, for whether they're good or they're evil.
And even like the name Israel means one who wrestles with God, right? Jacob wrestled with God and was renamed Israel. Mm-hmm. So we wrestle with God too in our own ways, but not to the detriment of our faith, like leaving our faith. But we just continue to work with things that we're
and bring that to God. Like, I don't get this. This is a hard one for me.
Yeah,
make me understand.
Yeah,
help me understand.
So it's so fun and easy to go back to our childhood, right? Like the 2-year-old that finally learns to talk, by the time they're 3, what are they saying all the time? Why? Why? Everything's why.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Why? Pick that up. Why? We're 2-year-olds,
Yeah.
right, in the eyes of God. And we're just saying why. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to do this. No, don't. Why?
Yeah.
Right? So, it's okay to question. He wants us to come to a full trust. And Jesus himself said, you must become like one of these little ones, the children. You must become like this to have eternal life, right? So we must become childlike. Mm-hmm. And that's in our trust, in our question and trust, and then obedience. And all the enemy wants us to do is ignore, just ignore God. I tell people he's not after us to get us to worship him, the enemy. He's just getting us to not worship God. Mm-hmm. That's all. Because if we don't worship God, then we'll be with him miserable, hateful, angry. It's like, well, that's all he wants. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, I've been trying to do that more lately. Like, my mind is like all day long. Like, there's a voice in my head all day long. It's like a lot of things. It's like I have to stop and think, like, is this something that like I think is from God, or is this something that is from Satan? Like, it's okay. You can watch that show. Like, no big deal. Like, just once, it's fine. Yeah, and obviously that's not from God. So, but it's just a practice that I'm trying.
Yeah, it's important practice. It's important to discern those voices, discern the spirits behind the voices, and gotta do that.
and I don't care where you are in your faith journey. If you ever think you have it figured out, you'll learn quickly, if you're humble, that you don't have it figured out.
Yeah.
And so as you discern the voices and you get more comfortable, the enemy gets more clever. He's been doing this for a long time. So that's why prayer is so essential, to just be in prayer. And especially in adoration, where you're sitting before Jesus at the tabernacle or in adoration, so he can speak into those thoughts. If you don't put time in with him, the deceiver is clever. And so
Let's talk about Catholic guilt. That
Sure.
just came up
Okay.
in my head right now. Because, like, back to the reality shows. But, like, when you see people on shows, like, they're like, I grew up Catholic, but then, like all of the guilt, like, it was bad. And so I left the church. But, like, the more I think about it, like, isn't Catholic guilt just, like, your conscience? Like,
The Holy Spirit.
yeah.
Yeah.
you have an angel on one shoulder speaking into your ear, and a demon on the other shoulder speaking into your ear. If you think about doing the sinful act that the demon's telling you to do, and then you're thinking, I better not. That's sinning. That's offending God. Isn't it just fair and right to think there's an angel on the other shoulder going, don't do that. You know better. It's going to offend God.
Yeah.
All right. So what is this Catholic guilt thing? Break it down. Like, somebody invites you to a Catholic youth group to go, and you don't want to go. You want to go play basketball with your buddies, right? And I better go to this because these guys asked me to go, and it is Catholic youth group, and I better go. That might be Catholic guilt, right?
Yeah.
Neither one is sinful,
Yeah. Right.
right? You're not obligated to either one. Somebody invited you to one or the other or both, right? So to really sort out what is guilt, why do we do what we do, right? Am I going just because they asked me? And I feel guilty because I don't have something else I'm supposed to do, so I better go to that Catholic youth group? No, we got to be careful with that, because the enemy there, he'll try to push you into things that you don't want to do, you don't have time to do, just out of guilt.
Yeah. I think it's like, thinking about it now, like, I think it's a lot of people's excuse to, like, partake in some risky behavior, you know, like
the
it's
sin, right?
Yeah, like, well, like, I can do, like, it's okay because I'm not Catholic. Like, I'm not like weighed down by the rules of the Catholic Church, but
that's always what it is, right? If I come back to the church, I got to do those rules. I don't want to do those rules. So now, like Father said, now I'm God. I'm making the rules, and it's just ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
Like I own a business, and this is very, very true. Over the 40 years, we're right as of a week ago, I've 40 years, 1986, June 1st, I started my business.
Wow,
1986,
congratulations.
thank you. So back in the day, farmers would want to work on their own equipment. They didn't know how, and they didn't have the tools, but they had the desire. So they'd bring their equipment in, and they'd say, well, I'll help you fix it. I'm like, nope, I got it. No, really, I'll help you fix it. I don't mind, I got time. So I have my own shop, right? I built this shop. It's my liability insurance. It's my property tax burden. And they're going to walk into my shop, use my tools and my time to teach them how to fix their farm equipment. It's like, how ridiculous is this? And they feel like they have a right to do so, to the point they'll argue with me. They'll be like, no, really, I want to do this. I want to learn how. I'm like, no, you brought it here. I'm going to fix it, and I'll call you when it's done. And they argue with you like they have a right. That same mentality is what people think they're going to go to heaven with and tell God, no, I want to come to heaven. God's going to be like, no, this is my shop. I pay the property tax. I make the rules.
Yeah.
I pay the insurance. Like, it's ridiculous, right? People would bring their tractor into me and they'd say, well, I think it's a bad head gasket. I'll help you switch it. I'm like, why don't you switch it at home?
yeah.
Well, I don't have the tools. I'm like, why do you think it's a bad head gasket? Well, I just think it is. I'm like, well, it's not. Like, I've worked on 1,000 of them. You've worked
Yeah.
on none.
Yeah.
But you heard your neighbor's tractor had a bad head gasket, so you think yours does as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have all this talk. You don't need to go to the Catholic Church. My neighbor. You don't need to go to Catholic Church. You don't need to go to confession. I heard this when I was 20 years old. I lived out in Ohio. And I went to buy a mattress. Did I tell this story once? I told it recently. I went to buy a mattress at 9 o'clock at night at a mattress store.
Oh my God.
And
For that night.
for that night, yes. I just got an apartment and just got the keys. So I went and I bought a mattress. And the guy who was selling the mattress, he's like, and I didn't bring it up, like, but I didn't know how Satan worked at all. I didn't have a clue how Satan works. So here I'm living out there. I'm living alone. I go to church. I find a church right away. I never miss Mass on Sunday. Probably out of good old Catholic guilt. I don't know. I wasn't like a lot of these young people who they go to college and they're really into their faith and they find these Catholic youth groups and they're really fired up. I wasn't that guy. I went to Kirkwood Community College, worked. I was employed 3:30 to midnight while I was going to school, 7:30 to 2:30 at Kirkwood. So I wasn't, but I never missed Mass. I didn't miss Mass. But I wasn't on fire for faith either. So maybe going out of guilt. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So back to the mattress guy. So he brings up faith, and he says, I used to be Catholic. Now, I'm number 10 introvert at this time. Like the idea that I'm in Columbus, Ohio, living alone is absolutely nuts. I went out there to get a job from a friend. Here he called me and said, hey, come out here and work here. So that was a big deal for me to get out of my comfort zone as an introvert like that. And so there I am in this store, and this guy brings up the church, and I'm like, whoa, I always heard you don't talk about church or politics, right? This guy says, yeah, I used to be Catholic, but, they make you do all those things. And he's like, I don't have to go to confession. I can sit on my pot at home and tell God I'm sorry for stuff. So that's what he said. I can sit on my pot at home and do my confession.
Pot, he meant toilet?
He meant toilet. And I never forgot that. Obviously, I never forgot that, right? That was 1980 is when that was. And so, I didn't forget that. Like, how come this guy that late at night, I'm like in my mind, what am I thinking? He's telling me that, and I'm like, I don't care where you go to confession. I just want a mattress. It's late. I want to go. Like, I'm that guy that I'm out there, a 4-door car, throwing the mattress on top and tying it with rope through the windows open, right? Like, that's me driving down the road with the mattress on my roof of my car. I just want a mattress. I didn't want to talk about God or anything. But that's how Satan works. He uses people. That guy, I'm sure he's a good guy, right? Satan uses good people to try to take out good people and to sow doubt. And it did sow doubt in me. I'm like, why am I going to confession? That guy's not wrong. God's everywhere. He can hear my confession when I'm on the pot. Right? But,
we go for the toilet at the confession.
Yeah.
A bucket. I don't know.
Yeah. But so to really...
That'd be crappy.
Oh, boy. Here we go, down the hill. Yeah, so, Catholic guilt is just conscience, and it's the angel saying, hey, you know what's right and what's wrong here.
Yeah.
But our free will to that concupiscence, the desire to sin, we inherited that desire.
Yeah.
And the temptation to do so. So again, it's great. It gives us a chance to exercise free will.
Yeah.
And obedience and discipline. Where do you not have to be disciplined? Like in school, you expect your kids to be obedient to the discipline of the school. But when people get out here and turn into adults, they think they don't have to be disciplined to anything.
Yeah.
How ridiculous is that, right?
Yeah.
And, St. Paul talked about once you're baptized, you are not your own. You don't belong to yourself. Okay. So I'm baptized. I belong to somebody else.
Yeah.
And that somebody else has some rules. If I want to enter heaven, I need to obey those rules. If I don't care about heaven and this earth is my my heaven for 60 or 70, 80 years. Okay, good. Go play, but don't complain when you can't enter the kingdom.
Right.
So,
Dad
What?
he didn't listen to my homily this weekend or anything. It's kind of funny. Like I talked about rules during my homily this weekend and how like baseball's got a lot of rules. You don't see people quitting over that, the amount of rules. And then I also just talked about like, going to communion so much without going to confession. And that was interesting because you brought that up right away on Sunday night. And I was like, probably to most people, they're like, oh, he must have talked.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never
not
talked.
talked.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
But it's kind of interesting to.
Yeah.
That's part of the rules. Like we.
That
go
was
to-
your hot take, right?
That was.
I wasn't there, but
That was my hot take. Is like we should be going to confession before we go to communion if we have mortal sin, and that's important to do that. That's just part of the rules. That's part of the deal, and it's not out of trying to exclude us from anything. It's about trying to, keep our souls clean and as worthy as we can to receive.
Remember in the talk I talked about the Ark of the Covenant with Moses, how God was so specific on how to build this ark, and you can go read it in Exodus. You can read all about that. He's so specific about how to build that ark, how out of what kind of wood, and how to trim it with gold, and then because it's going to contain the 10 Commandments, which is the new covenant with Moses, and then the leftover manna. There's going to be leftover manna from the desert in that covenant, in that ark. And so then I talked about Mary being the ark, the first tabernacle when Jesus came down through Mary, right? And that's why Mary was conceived without sin. She was without sin, holy, right? And then, so think about ourselves. Before we become a tabernacle at Mass, receive Jesus into our body, we need to go be cleansed too, right? God didn't want to be in a dirty tabernacle. He didn't send Mary down with original sin. He doesn't want us to receive him with sin either. So that's why reconciliation, if you're in the state of mortal sin, is to clean up, because we're going to be a tabernacle at Mass.
Yeah.
And so get cleaned up, right?
Yeah.
So
I kind of doubted that there was manna in the ark. And so I just Googled it real quick, and you're right. There's a golden pot of manna in the ark.
thank you.
You're welcome. Just had to fact check that.
That's good. I'm good with that.
You're right.
Say it again.
Well, there's also Aaron's staff was in the ark.
Correct. Yeah.
So I only knew the 10 Commandments. So
Yeah.
learning stuff.
Lifelong learner. Did you want to talk about the part of the talk that you forgot?
Yeah. So in the handout, and I was concerned a little bit with the handout, with a crowd of that size, how they can use this effectively and not be shortchanged or cheated. And I thought it came out pretty well with the priorities and with the communication and basic emotional needs. Typically, when I'm in session with people, those can take about an hour, at least an hour apiece, to really develop and work well and let people interact. So here last evening, it was pretty quick to go through that with, you didn't have to necessarily do it with your spouse. You could do it with your sibling or whatever. In basic emotional needs, we can do that in any arena, right, to understand what my coworkers' basic emotional needs. But what I did have on the very last page, and what I finished up with yesterday, was forgiveness. The Lord's Prayer, how essential forgiveness is for our faith life. It's in the Lord's Prayer, it's essential to forgive others as we want to be forgiven, right? So forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. So the last page of the handout was very intentional. We've used that. That's helped a lot of marriages. It's one of the first steps in marriage coaching or or counseling couples is to get them to do a good examination of conscience. So on the very back page is a list of ways that we can sin against our spouse and against God. So do a good examination of conscience. Write down on paper a good confession, the sins that we've committed, and then go to the confessional and confess these and get absolution from your priest. And then go to your spouse and do it again. So now you're going to go to your spouse just like if your spouse is in the confessional. Only you don't say, "Bless me, Father," right? But you go to that your spouse and you go through your list, and at the end of your list, you do not say, at any point do you say, "Well, I did this because you did that," right? That doesn't work. You just go through your whole list, and at the very end, you say, "I'm truly sorry for all the pain that I've caused you." And then there's a contrition to my spouse. So like in the confessional, we do an act of contrition. "Oh my God, I'm heartily sorry for having offended thee," right? And we're saying, I'm sorry, and I absolutely intend not to do this again. This is my intent. So contrition to my spouse is just the same way. Where my spouse, the name Charlotte, it'd be like, "Oh, my Charlotte, I'm heartily sorry for having offended you. I detest all my sins because of the way that they hurt you, but most of all, because they offend our God, who is in you, who is all good and deserving of all of our love. I firmly resolve, with the help of God's grace, to not sin against you or to intentionally hurt you and to avoid the near occasion of sin." So this is really powerful, right? And just to finish it is like, "Charlotte, will you forgive me?" And she just says, "Yes, I do," right? And so now in my marriage, you probably heard me say this before, but my wife made Jesus visible to me. For the first 15 years of our marriage, I just didn't believe it could be this good. Like, she truly is going to stay with me. Like, she could just easily forgive me. She never brought up the past. That's probably the biggest grace from what I hear of other people. They're always digging up the dirt and bringing up the past. She didn't bring up the past. It was always done. She just wouldn't bring it up. It's like she couldn't remember it. And she would always just be very forgiving, very understanding, very patient. And so she was Christ to me in the way I seen her, right? And so I think for spouses to understand that we can make Jesus visible to each other and to really work towards that. Like, how much do I know about Jesus so I can bring that into our lives and treat my spouse that way? Mm-hmm. So knowledge is power, right? The more I know about Jesus and his plan for our marriage is to get us to heaven, to be married with him at the wedding feast of the Lamb in Revelation 19, to really lean into that and try to prepare our spouse for that. Like St. Paul said in Ephesians 6, is to present to himself a glorious bride without stain or wrinkle, spot or blemish or any such thing, holy and without blemish, right? Like, how can we present our spouse to Jesus upon their death that way, without stain or wrinkle or any such thing? It's a goal, right? Mm-hmm. So just to have that goal. Go ahead.
So what would you say to like a wife whose husband is maybe not at the same place as she is, and like maybe they're thinking like, this is dumb. Like, yeah. You know, what did you say it called it one time? Like unequally yoked spouses or something like that. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I deal with this a lot.
Yeah.
And so I'll just give you a very recent conversation. I just wish my spouse was on the same page as me. He goes to church on Sundays, but he's just not at the level of my faith. And it's really discouraging to me. And I said, tell me about your faith life long ago when you were young and married. She goes, it was just like his. I said, yeah, you took off and you ran with it and you grew and he didn't. She's like, yeah. I'm like, this is very, very common, happens all the time. And I I have these conversations all the time. Like, it's amazing. It's like textbook. And I tell them, I believe in the fireman's code. Fireman's code is never leave your partner behind. Okay? So I take off. I live this. I went to a retreat, unintended the way it happened, but I go to this retreat, I come out, and I'm on fire for faith. But my wife's just kind of like, she's very, very faithful. We go to Mass every Sunday. We do all the holy days. But that's it. And so I come out, I'm fired up, and she's not. Mm-hmm. Right? I changed, but the world didn't change. My wife didn't change. So it's easy to outpace her, to outrun her. And so I had to be careful. I just had to pull in the reins, and I had to wait and wait and wait. And finally, she went to CW, and away she went. It's like, thanks be to God. Mm-hmm. And she wasn't doing anything wrong. She just wasn't at the same pace as me.
Yeah.
But I learned from experience. I couldn't outrun her. Just hang on to her. Just do my own thing. Stay in prayer. Stay faithful. Does that kind of speak into what you asked?
Yeah, I think so.
So I just tell people patience. Now, sometimes you're going to talk to people who have no faith, like the spouse has no faith.
Yeah.
But I've had a conversion, but my spouse has no faith or doesn't really believe in God. And they get worried about their salvation. Like, I don't think my wife's going to go to heaven. I had a good buddy. We had this conversation. He said, I don't think she's going to go to heaven. If you read, this is 1 Corinthians 7, I think verse 25. It talks about an unbelieving spouse. And it says a believing wife justifies her unbelieving husband, and a believing husband justifies his unbelieving wife. That's powerful. Mm-hmm. And then you'd say, how can this be? And I say this. So you have a believing priest, ordained, sacramental, holy orders, his parish, he's offering prayers for the people in those pews who maybe don't believe enough or don't believe in as much as they need to, but his prayers, because those are his sheep, his prayers are effective for their salvation. He's offering sacrifice for their salvation, right? Mm-hmm. So it is in marriage. Marriage is a sacrament. It's blessed by God. The two become one flesh. Did you look that up?
1 Corinthians 7, 12 through 16. You were real close. I was impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Very good. So yes, it makes sense in the sacrament of marriage, because it is so holy. It's a means of grace that saves the soul, salvific grace. It makes sense that you could justify your unbelieving spouse because of your faith. It makes sense to me. Now, when they meet Jesus, they're going to have to claim it. Mm-hmm. They're going to have to claim it, because at that point it's between them and Jesus. Spouse has no more effect. But at least they'll be presented properly. We'll always have the right to refuse Jesus on that first coming, right? At our death.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if let's say my spouse, she made Jesus visible to me, so upon my death, when I meet Jesus, because she made him visible, he'll be visible, and I recognize him and say, yeah, please, I want in. Right. But if a spouse never makes Jesus visible, then, and we live a pretty crummy life, maybe we will not recognize him and say, no thanks, I'm going golfing. Right? I don't know. But so this last page, I invite all married couples who have this sheet or who listen to this podcast or whatever to pick up this examination of conscience, this packet, and to seriously consider that. Go to confession with your priest and then take it to your spouse. It's very, very healing. So,
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thanks for the opportunity.
Anytime. All right, it's time, Father.
Can you relate?
I can go. My friends and I decided this is a girl thing, but birthdays are depressing. Like, all of us cry on the day of our birthday.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh,
Something,
okay.
I don't know if it's, I think it's a girl thing, but my birthday's coming up, so I'm planning a big cry day.
Okay. I've never cried on my birthday.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. And then we talked about it because it was her birthday, one of them recently, and she was like, yeah, I cried. And then I was like, yeah, I cried on my birthday too. And like, it's just a known thing that I always cry on my birthday.
Do you miss last year?
No. It's just like a terrible day. I don't know.
Are you afraid of getting older?
Probably. Yeah. So it's my birthday this weekend.
Have
I'll
you
be
ever
crying.
watched Groundhog's Day?
No, not the full thing.
Yeah, well, you need to. It's terrible.
Yeah.
You want another
Yeah.
day. You want the next day.
Yeah. No, I know. It's over.
Yeah.
Like, by the next day, like, I'm fine. But the actual day of, depressing. It's called the birthday blues. It's a real thing.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we've decided it was a girl thing because Jacob was like, I love my birthday.
Well, because you usually celebrate birthdays.
Yeah.
And so you love celebrations.
Yeah.
So what else is going on?
Yeah.
For me, it's one day closer to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, it's probably just I haven't achieved what I thought I would yet.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So if we live just to be available and obedient, then
Yeah.
we wouldn't feel bad with what we haven't achieved. We're just available and obedient to what God calls us to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you may haven't achieved the things you want to achieve, but maybe you've overachieved what the Lord's asking of you.
Yeah. Well, I also have too high of expectations. This is the expectations thing that I had it in my head that I was like, perfect. My birthday's on a Sunday this year. So my dad won't be working. So he can spend the whole day working on my bathroom. And I talked to him this morning. He's not even going to be in town.
When's your birthday?
Sunday.
The 14th?
Oh,
Flag
okay.
day.
All right.
But so that really, I was like, oh, well, that is only going to add fuel to my crying. I get these ideas in my head and then I don't tell anybody about them. And I just assume that everybody knows that.
So you're kind of setting yourself up to cry all
yes,
day.
yeah, I'm ready for a big cry day.
There's just nothing good about that.
I know.
Okay. We got to renounce that, break its power.
Yeah, yeah,
And start over.
yeah.
Talk about how great of a day you're going to have.
Yeah.
So this leads into my can
okay.
you relate? So can you relate to not knowing how to celebrate someone's birthday? Because there's someone else in this room that has a birthday this week, and I don't know how I should.
Your June birthday? When's your birthday? Today?
June, you can say it. To your birthday.
Might be tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I got to put that in my phone so I
Yeah.
can always tell you happy birthday.
Yeah. No worries. If you miss it, don't worry about it.
Oh.
It's okay. Birthdays were never a big deal. When I found out, well, go ahead. Sorry. Are you-
Oh, sorry, you can relate.
No, I just
I don't know how to celebrate them.
like for him, it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And so the debate was, well, do I come home so we can celebrate your birthday together? And it's like, well, he doesn't care, you know? And
Or does he? Now, if it was a woman,
I don't know.
just
Yes.
like you said.
But that's so confusing. Like for
Yeah.
you, you're like, you're going to cry all day. So why do you want to celebrate?
Yeah. I'm not going to cry.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's a female thing.
No, for me, it's another day,
Yeah.
right? And so, if you send me a happy birthday text, that's great.
Well, your birthday will be past by the time this episode comes out, but
Yeah. No, I'm not talking about everybody else.
okay.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
Father here. Like, he's
Yeah.
worried about what do I do for Dad.
Yeah.
It's like, say happy birthday. And if you forget about it, say happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I mean, I remember
Yeah.
your birthday. I'm just like, I'm not sure what
Yeah.
how you want to celebrate it.
Well, because birthdays were big to Charlotte, and so we always celebrated birthdays. It was a big deal to her, and to me, it was a very little deal. In my family, we didn't do much, and when when I got out into the real world and I found out people actually took their birthday off from work to celebrate their birthday, I'm like, you what? Like what? Like you just lost a day of your life celebrating your birthday, and it's like it's just like another day.
Yeah.
So it depends how you grew up and the significance in the celebration. So
We were always camping.
okay, well, we were always working. Grew up on a farm, had a lot of land, had a lot of milk cows, a lot of work. It was just another day. You got up and you went out and did your chores like every other day. So cows never knew it was my birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm a quality time person, so I would like people to spend quality time with me, but
Yeah.
everybody's gone this weekend, so
Yeah.
I'll be spending quality time with myself.
It's too bad.
That's okay.
You got Carl?
Yes, Carl is always here for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know,
You could go to the Sacred Heart of Jesus movie.
Yes,
On your
by
birthday.
myself. Sounds great.
There'll be other people in the theater.
yeah, there'll be other people there. Go to
So
the,
I'm always really excited for my birthday to be over.
really?
All right, Deacon Stan,
All right. You know,
make us laugh and not cry.
All right. So here it is. Here it is. You know, you're trying to make a point, right? You want to make a point that some things are not necessary in life, right? You learn things you don't ever need to use. So I'm doing this talk, and there's 153 people in there, and I want to point out that things you learned you don't need to know. So I go with algebra 2. Like I was going to do calculus. I thought I'll do algebra 2 because most people have had algebra 2. I can't even say it, much less use it. And so I use that thinking, oh, yeah, everybody's going to have it, but nobody's going to use it. So there's a guy in a blue shirt, and he looks kind of introverted a little bit, hasn't said anything, up to that point. So I'm like, hey, the guy in the blue shirt, like, when's the last time you used algebra 2? And I don't quite know how I said it right. And he kind of played it down like, I don't know. And then somebody next to him goes, he's an engineer. He uses it all the time. I'm like, are you kidding? So I asked for a raise of hands. How many engineers? No, he was the only one in the building. It's like, So you pick on somebody and it backfires.
Yeah.
Like you think you're going to be funny. And
Yeah. Well, it made it even more funny. So
it was.
Yeah.
It jokes on me. I'm like,
And then the next night, you picked on someone else about cookies.
I did, and she didn't make cookies. It's like, oh, man. Now I'm feeling really bad because I think she started feeling bad, and it's like, this just isn't going
for
too
two,
good.
right?
2 for
Yeah.
2. So, yeah, that's just,
that's all right.
say you
Made
can't
it.
get it back once you say it.
Yeah.
You have to be careful what you say.
Yeah. True.
So, there you go.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and it's been such a pleasure
You're welcome. Thank
having you
for having me.
in Bellevue. So,
Great to be here. Love it here.
yeah. As always, we are praying for you.
May God bless you all.
Bye.
Goodbye
Bye.
now.